Hi everyone, my name is Bailey, and in today's video I'm doing a collab with the absolutely amazing Miss Unfortunate. So I'm guessing that you do know who she is because she's just everywhere. She's so lovely. Everybody really appreciates her in the community. But if you don't know who she is, I will link her channel down below. She's a great builder. She builds a lot of fantasy stuff, which is something that I really like because I can't build fantasy stuff. I tried to in this. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But yes, just check her out. She's so amazing. I don't know if she remembers this, but when I had another channel, my old channel, she always took the time out of her day to comment on my absolutely horrible videos. I was editing on my phone because I desperately needed to use iMovie for some reason. I didn't want to learn another editing software. And to be fair, iMovie is a lot better than what I use now. I use Adobe Premiere Pro. Honestly, wouldn't recommend it. I mean, it's okay. It's better for a lot of things, but also it's just not very user-friendly, I would say, and I've heard a couple of people say that as well. Anyway, I don't know why I went on that rant. Check Miss Unfortunate out. The links to her channel and Twitter and all of that will be in the description, and I just want to thank her so much for collaborating with me. Also, I'm sorry if my voice is a little bit scratchy, if I sound sick. I feel like I say that in every other one of my videos, but I do have a bit of a cold, and I've been trying to do this voiceover for a long time, so naturally my voice isn't the best right now. But anyway, if you couldn't tell from the title of this video, Miss Unfortunate and I are doing a build swap. So here you can see that I'm building the exterior of a house. I hope you like it. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone, and we'll talk more about that in a second. But on her channel, she built a house. She didn't decorate the inside, just like I didn't decorate the inside of this house, and then we swapped. So at the end of this video, kind of halfway through, we will be decorating her house, and on her channel, she will be decorating my house. Did that make sense? I'm not very good at explaining things like that, but you've probably seen other people do it on their channels because it's just a really fun way to collab, especially when the two people, or I've seen people do like 3 people, 4 people, whatever, especially when the people have different styles and they kind of mix them together with their build swaps. It's really fun, and I wanted to do something a little bit different because of who I'm collabing with, because Miss Unfortunate does amazing fantasy builds. I wanted to do something sort of fantasy too. I'll kind of go through my thought process because this build really did evolve. I knew that I wanted to build in Sulani. It was something that I kind of thought of doing right when we started collaborating together, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. I'm not very good at Polynesian architecture at all. I know a lot of people are really amazing at it, but it's not my strong suit. So I decided that I was going to build a houseboat. I've done that a couple of times. I think they're really fun to do because something that I always struggle with on these lots, like these half land, half sea lots in Sulani, I do not know how to landscape them properly. Like, do you even do any landscaping on lots like that? I don't know. So with a houseboat, you don't need to landscape anything, and it's really nice. Also, it reminds me of the Sims 3 Island Paradise, and I love that pack so much. It was so ahead of its time. Island living could never. I think my most unpopular or disliked opinion that I've expressed is that I don't like island living at all, and some people have actually gotten pretty offended when I stated this. I mean, it's an okay pack, but then you look at Island Paradise and you see what could have been. I think that's what really messed up this pack for me. I don't want to go on a whole rant about this, but I think because Island Paradise was so good, I was automatically going to be disappointed in whatever The Sims 4 put out. Anyway, so back to the houseboat idea. I desperately wanted to do a houseboat. It was the only idea that I had. But as I was searching for inspiration photos and different color palettes as I was playing around with the different items that I have in my game, I realized that that probably wasn't going to work, at least with the idea that I had. I also wanted to incorporate a lot of foliage into my build, so it just wasn't working, and then I came up with the idea to build a house on a mountaintop. Now, I didn't know that with these beach lots, you can't do any terrain manipulation, so that did bug me a little bit, but I was able to make it work with a lot of debug rocks. I think it looks kind of natural. I'm still a newbie when it comes to terrain manipulation and adding rocks and debug items, all that kind of stuff. But I think it turned out kind of decent. Like, I'm pretty happy with it. I added some bamboo from Snowy Escape, and it just tied everything together for some reason. I did use a ton of Snowy Escape in this build, for the wallpapers and for the windows and for a bunch of the plants. I'd never thought that Snowy Escape would be so fitting for an island living build, but it kind of makes sense, right? Because they are similar styles if you think about it. And now we're just wrapping things up, moving on to the porches and balconies, adding some additional details. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was very tempted to go ahead and decorate this house myself and then build something else for Miss Unfortunate, but I'm 100% sure that she made something amazing out of this build. I'm really excited to watch her video. I haven't seen any screenshots yet, so I'm really looking forward to it. But like I said, we are wrapping things up. I'm going to show you a teeny tiny tour of this place, and then we'll be moving on to decorating Miss Unfortunate's build. Alright, so we are now decorating Miss Unfortunate's absolutely amazing bed and breakfast. When I saw this, first of all, I was blown away, and also I was reminded a lot of Beauty and the Beast, like the village that Belle lives in before she goes to the castle. I haven't watched that movie in a long time, so it might not look anything like this at all, but I got those vibes. I definitely get a lot of Disney vibes from a lot of Miss Unfortunate's builds, so I wanted to do it justice. I wanted to make it very cozy, lots of cottage decor, and like I said, this is a bed and breakfast, so I wanted to incorporate that. I don't think I did the best job at it. I personally have never gone to a bed and breakfast. It is not my thing. Like, I would rather stay at a hotel room. I know bed and breakfasts are really cute and you get nice food and all of that, but I do not want to be staying with some random people. That's totally not up my alley. Maybe it is for you though, and if you have been to a bed and breakfast, let me know how you liked it, if you did like it. I think one of the reasons why I am not very keen on the idea of bed and breakfast, although if I was a sim and people weren't bad like they are in real life, I would definitely stay in one. This one is really cute. I would stay here, no questions asked. But I was really young when I heard this story, and maybe some of you guys will know it. I don't know who told me this. I think it was another kid trying to scare me, but it's part of a collection of short stories for kids, which is kind of contradictory, but anyway, it's very famous. I think it might be Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I'm not 100% sure though. But anyway, I remember this story really freaking me out. Now, I haven't heard it in a really long time, so I don't remember every detail, but it's about this couple who is staying away from home. They're going on a long drive to somewhere, I don't know, their destination, and they're really tired, so they stumble upon this bed and breakfast, and the people who own it are really, really nice, and they cook them nice food. They're just super sweet people, and then as they leave, they come to realize, and I don't remember how they did that. I think they left and then they came back to pack their bags or something. But either way, they left the bed and breakfast very briefly, and then they come back and they see this burnt down house, and it looks like it's been there for a very long time, and they call the police, and then come to find out the bed and breakfast was burned down many, many years ago. And I think the scariest part for me was the ending, because it talks about them finding one of their personal belongings beneath all of this wood and all this rubble. So it was really creepy. To be fair though, I was a scaredy cat when I was a little kid. Like, normally little kids are scared of ghosts and Bloody Mary, and I was scared of a fictional bed and breakfast. But anyway, I was getting flashbacks to that moment in my childhood as I was decorating this home. But here you can see that we have moved on to the kitchen. I'm sorry about that tangent. It took way longer than I thought it would. I just really had to tell you that story for some reason. But you saw earlier on in the video, I did the basement, and it was really cool the way Miss Unfortunate made it. It kind of reminded me of stables, but I made it into a recreational space. So there's some seating down there. I also added the candle making station, which is an item that I've never used, and I want to use it in one of my current households because, guys, I've been playing The Sims 4 a lot, and if you know me or you watch my videos, because I feel like I mention it way too often, but I say a lot that I'm not into gameplay. I've never really liked The Sims 4's gameplay, which is weird because I have a ton of hours in this game, but recently I've been really enjoying it. So I think one of the Sims that I'm playing with will get into candle making and all of that eco lifestyle stuff, and then I added a foosball table. I wish we had more stuff like that, just random games to play to occupy your Sims, and then also I added some stuff for your Sims to work out on, like if they're on vacation, your fitness Sims might still want to work out, so I just added some activities. Also some storage and random boxes. I was thinking about adding a car and making it kind of a garage space, but I decided against it because I wanted to add some more quirky items and also make it a space that your Sims would actually use, because garages in The Sims 4, they don't really do anything, they're just for aesthetics, so I wanted to make a space that your Sims would actually be able to use. But anyway, now we have moved on to the bathroom. This is the only bathroom in the house, which is kind of annoying, but it also fit the floor plan. I didn't really want to mess with the original floor plan that much, even though I don't think Miss Unfortunate would have minded at all. I just didn't want to mess with it, so I made that space into the only bathroom in the house, and we finished up with the kitchen as well, which is my favorite space. I really like the colors, I really like the wallpaper that I chose. I was also inspired by a YouTuber called Princess Jasmine. I will link her down below. She is really lovely. She does a lot of nautical and countryside builds. She's just a really amazing builder, and she's done a bed and breakfast before, and I was really inspired by that build, so I took a lot of ideas from her, specifically the wallpaper in the kitchen. I'm pretty sure she used the exact same wallpaper in one of the rooms in her bed and breakfast, so shout out to her. She's really amazing. You should definitely check her out. Anyway, we are now moving on to the dining room. I only added 2 bedrooms into this home, so really you wouldn't have that many guests at one time, but because it is a bed and breakfast, I knew that we needed to have a large dining room just so that everyone can come and chat and talk about their days, talk about their adventures, because I put this in Brindleton Bay mainly because Miss Unfortunate built it in Brindleton Bay on the lot where the Hecking family lives, so I decided it would only be fair to put it in here so that the lighting would look good and it would match up with Miss Unfortunate's video. So I thought that the people who stay here as guests go out onto the beach during the day and they really only come here at night to sleep. So I did want to include some nautical influences. You can really see it here in the living room, I feel like, just because of the colors and the cats and dogs sofas. That's my favorite sofa in the entire game. We have been getting some nice ones recently, like the Nifty knitting one and the paranormal one, which I also use in this home, and I'm pretty sure I also use the Nifty knitting one. Those are my favorites, but we haven't gotten one that tops the cats and dogs sofa, at least in my opinion. Speaking of which, kind of, but not really, it doesn't really have anything to do with what I was just talking about, but I thought that it would be fun to introduce a new series onto my channel. I have a ton of ideas right now, just letting you know, and I haven't really had much time or inspiration to get a lot of them done, so if I'm not uploading that much, I promise I will be very soon. I do this a lot where the inspiration comes in waves, if that makes sense. So right now I'm just not super inspired, but I have a ton of ideas all written down, and I want to add a couple of more ideas to that, actually a whole series, because I thought it would be nice to do a series where I build things with base game and one other pack only. So I would do a cats and dogs build and I would do a seasons build, and the goal would be to showcase every single one of the packs. I think it would be really nice because I've had quite a few of you tell me that you don't own all of the packs or you only own a couple. I've had a couple of people tell me that they own cats and dogs and seasons, so those might be the builds that I do first. But also I know that it's not a very original idea. I've seen like 5 separate channels do it, and then of course the packs are very stylized, like they all come in different styles, if that makes sense. So if you're really not a fan of Get Famous and I do a build using only base game and Get Famous, you probably wouldn't enjoy watching that. So I don't really know. I don't know if people would enjoy them that much. So you'll have to let me know whether or not you would like to see it on my channel, and of course, even if I don't do a whole series on it, I do plan on doing a bunch of limited pack builds in the future, like I said, I have a whole list of things that I need to get done. I have some build requests that you guys sent me in February that I still need to do, so I do apologize. I will get all of them done. I just haven't been really feeling like it recently. Like I said, I've been playing a lot, just doing gameplay and posting screenshots on my Tumblr, and then school's been a little bit hectic. I am a senior in high school, so I've been doing some research on the colleges that I want to. I'm pretty sure I've narrowed it down to 2, but just that idea alone really freaks me out. It feels like such a big commitment, but it'll all be fine in a couple of months. Anyway, we are finishing up with the last bedroom. I like this bedroom a lot more than I thought the guest bedroom would be. I mean, you can make it whatever you want, but just the color scheme of this bedroom is really cute. We are getting to the end of this video though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to check out Miss Unfortunate, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye! Thank you.